Hello, my Bill 5000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another Dat chapter. That's right. This one is titled Twisted TikTok Twisted TikTokers House of Horrors. Twisted TikTokers House of Horrors. Say that 5 times fast. All right, I'm excited. I'm feeling much better than what I did. I don't know what I had, but it was freaking awful. I'm feeling refreshed. Let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead, turn them lights down low. Put on something comfy, couple something special. Let's get concerned. Let's get very, very concerned. Yeah.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this old video, I have a story about one of them Nepo babies I keep hearing so much about. This is an ongoing story in Hollyweird, and it is about what a filmmaker, creative director, TikToker named Samuel Haskell IV has allegedly done. See, Sammy here was a creative genius, according to himself. Maybe you'll agree or not, let's see.
Shouts out to the waiter at the restaurant above Nordstrom's for just like completely burning the shit out of my filet. Like, what kind of a monster are you, homie?
Wow, that's great stuff.
For real, home sauce. Like, what kind of monster burns a filet, bruh?
He was married, amazingly, and in early November 2023, his wife and in-laws, they disappeared.
Oh, shit.
For a bit. Please subscribe to see new videos
Did he
every
eat them?
week. Now,
Was they the burnt filet?
let's give it a go.
It's like, I show you not how to burn your meat. Samuel
We
Haskell.
will start this story in a little old place called Tarzana. Is it as cool as it sounds? Let's see. It's a suburban neighborhood on the northern side of Los Angeles. It's a place with good schools, amenities, and so it's a fairly wealthy place to live. If you're among the 25,000 people living there, you're probably doing alright. A quiet suburban family area with shopping centers, stores, and yes, it is named after Tarzan. Edgar Rice Burroughs used to own the land.
Wow.
Just as Tarzan
I want to live there now. It's named after fucking Tarzan. That's the shit.
edges his way up the mountains and into the Topanga State Park, well, on a street called Coldstream Terrace, you'd find the Haskell family, made up of Samuel Haskell IV, his wife Mei Li, and their 3 children, Sam, James, and William. What a gang the Haskells were, specifically Samuel. He's a bit of a character, alright. But first I want to talk about his wife, Mei Li, 37 years old and from China. Mei Li moved to the United States in the mid-2000s to study accounting at Cal State Northridge.
Oh, she a pretty young thing.
Not too
She dead, ain't she?
far from where she would eventually live in Tarzana. It seems that her family were like fully supportive of her moving from China to the United States, because as you know, education ain't cheap, and it especially ain't cheap if you like come from outside the country to it. And her family were so supportive that her mother and her stepfather, they actually sold their home in China to help pay for her tuition. Her uncle, who was already living in Los Angeles, he got a job at a local restaurant. Was giving her money all the time to help pay for her education. It seems like the entire family really viewed Mei Li as like
That's fucking amazing right there.
a bright spark. And by all accounts, she was. And so they all wanted to help and sacrifice to help her succeed in her dreams. Mei Li ran her own business called the Haskell Consulting Group, where she would help foreign students with their applications to the top American universities. Other folk from China wanting to study at Harvard, MIT, whatever, she would help them through the entire process of enrolling.
That's
By all
pretty
accounts,
cool.
this business was quite successful and made the family a bit of cha-ching. Now, you might have noticed what her company was called, and that's because while studying, that's when Mei Li met Sam Haskell, and they hit it off. They married not long after graduation. Mei Li had her first child in 2010 when she was 24 years old. I would say that together they purchased the house in Tarzana, but that does not seem to be the case. It was in Mei's name and Mei's name alone. The mortgage was $7,000 a month, and Mei was the one paying. And so with 2 more kids coming along, things were hectic. And so Mei's mother, Yang Jiangwang, and stepfather, Goshan Li, would move in with them. And of course move in with Mei's husband Sam too. Sam didn't speak any Chinese, Mei's parents didn't speak any English, but it seems like he didn't care, because Sam was all about his creative vision. Samuel Haskell III, well, not the third, although maybe the third, the fourth, was born in 1988 to a man who was very powerful in the creative industry. Sam, a guy who takes all his fashion advice from Zoolander, is the son of also Sam Haskell Sr. Well, look at you, he was big in the biz! The entertainment industry.
Never
I'm
heard
told
of.
they just call it the biz. He was an Emmy award-winning producer. He worked at the William Morris Agency, which is a big one. He had clients like Dolly Parton, Ray Romano, Martin Short, George Clooney, big dogs, and then he went on to form his own company, Magnolia Hill Productions, and he helped make some award-winning Dolly Parton shows for Netflix. He was also, formerly, the CEO of the Miss America organization. Was for a few years before he had to kinda step down. See some emails leaked about old Sam Haskell Sr. here, and they weren't very nice emails.
Oh shit.
About how he was talking about, you know, the talents, the women, the Miss State, whatever. Just kind of like a bit of, you know, sexist kind of stuff, slut shaming, fat shaming, all that kind of stuff, and
Okay, was it like really bad, or was it something like, yeah, she had cankles? I mean, nobody wants to hear that. That's pretty rude, but... Or was he like, man, she's so big whenever she started walking, like we thought the audience was clapping, but it was her vagina lips. Was it something like that? Because that's pretty fucking rude, bruh. I wish I probably shouldn't have said it myself, but damn.
apparently cost some of the contestants actually their livelihoods. So he kind of had to, you know, sorry about that, I'm kind of jog on. Anyways, Sam Haskell IV was his kid, and boy oh boy was he a cool ass dude. In his head, I mean. Remember, this is a 35-year-old man.
Going for that like Bradley Cooper burnt out look. Like I woke up feeling like a piece of burnt toast. Like I don't wear like clothes from the latest designers. Like I'm kind of doing like a Claire Danes Homeland situation where I just like wear the same outfit every day. Like my resume says unhappy, bitter, resentful, and like really good at ordering off the menu. Like imagine me showing up at work and then here's the plot twist. I'm totally fucking superficial. Ask if I want a glass of wine? Like, ew, what? To the left, like no, but also like kind of down. Yo, real quick, what's good? Like, I went to a tech conference real quick, you guys, by mistake. And the number one thing they talked about was consistency, like be consistent. Now I'm consistently never gonna stop drinking.
Okay, after watching a few, he kinda rocks.
Yo, shouts out to fist bumping the sushi chef real quick at Nobu Malibu. Like, letting everybody in the restaurant know, like, you fools might be bae, but like, I'm fam.
It's next level cringe, and I salute. He's incapable of beginning a video any other way than shouts out to, which I love.
Yo, shouts out to Bella Thorne. Yo, shouts out to Chris Pine. Just shouts out real quick.
Yo, shouts out real quick to my Bill 1000 Nation. I see you all.
Yo, shouts out to Claire Danes. Hey, shouts out to, just want to say shouts out. Yo, shouts out to Peloton.
Man, that's embarrassing. Thankfully, I don't have to begin every video the same way. Moving on. Sam got his start in the biz, let's be honest, thanks to Daddy.
Let's give it a go.
Daddy's friends and Daddy's wallet. He began as a camera operator, then worked for another agency doing all sorts of videos and so on. Sam had his own production company called the SB Group. See, Sam Haskell often went by Samuel Basinger for some reason. And his major thing, his art, was called TRAGICSTREETZ with a Z, so you know he's pretty cool. I want to create visuals that move boundaries by bringing millennial artists together. Fair enough, that sounds awful. And he filmed a lot of fashion shoots, music videos, and he was currently working on a feature film. Not a movie, ladies and gentlemen, a film called Harvard Law. This is what happens when a drug dealer moves in with a national best-selling fraudster in the mansions of Palos Verdes. That is according to the blurb, and it looks awesome.
You should just kill yourself.
DEA, search warrant.
Fuck the police! I had sex with that girl in the Abercrombie store. What more do you want from me?
From the stellar acting and writing to a guy I think is trying to OD while wearing a backwards Randy Moss jersey, I'm locked in. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not really into this,
Yeah, it don't look like something that I would want to watch there, Mike.
I want some action. I want some blood. And to that I say, oh hell yes! Samuel Haskell has got you covered. With this clip from #TheCircle, #DemonHills. Whoa, you got dudes, you got muscles, you got swords. So things got weird on November 8, 2023. That's when Mei Li's uncle, the one who was also living in Los Angeles, he couldn't contact his niece, Mei Li, or his sister for a couple of days. So he logged into his WeChat profile. WeChat's like a Chinese social media site. And he went onto Mei Li's profile. She'd been on there 10 years. Everything was erased. Her profile was completely blank. No friends, no pictures.
That's
and he
shady.
thought this was really, really weird.
That'd be like your MySpace just disappearing back in the day. That shit don't happen, bro.
It was like somebody had logged in and just erased her entire account. But her account was still there. Erased everything from it. Very weird. That was odd. Maybe a glitch, right? After all, he didn't have any reason to suspect anything was that strange other than not hearing from them in a couple of days. He knew May, he knew, her mother, stepfather, and he knew Sam, right? He would always say Sam was standoffish, quiet, reserved, but not a bad guy, just a little bit odd, which is fair. But
A little weird.
had he known what had happened the day before,
Like a strange pickle. You're okay with it, but it's still strange.
or he might not have been so calm. See, on November 7th, at about 5:30 p.m., a person went to the LAPD Topanga station to say that there was a bag outside the Haskell's home containing human remains.
Valley as possible, DD 4115 Coldstream Terrace, 4115 Coldstream Terrace. Monitor comments. So the PR standing by in front of Topanga.
The police went to see what was going on. That's a disturbing ass call to make. But when they arrived at the Haskell's home,
911, how may I help you? Or 911, how may I assist you? Yeah. I was walking my shapoodle. It's a shih tzu and a poodle, I guess. I don't know. It's a shapoodle. Shoodle. It's a shoodle. I was walking it, and, it seen this bag. I didn't think nothing of it. And then it started like chewing on something in the bag. I go up there and I pop him on his beat. I'm like, no, shoodle. You know better. And, get him away from the bag a little bit. And I look down, he's got a finger in his mouth. And I don't know where you come from, but where I come from, we just don't throw our fingers in the trash. You might want to send someone out here to look at it. That was what in my head happened. That was the conversation.
home in Tarzana, there was nothing there. They knocked on the door.
Tarzan.
Didn't seem like there was anybody home. And, seeing nothing strange outside, they had no reason to continue. The police left. However, it was the next day, November 8, when May's uncle saw her profile was blank. The police got another disturbing call.
Next to Citibank on review. Possible body inside trash can.
Yeah, gruesome to say the least. Alex, let me just tell you that right now we don't have 100% confirmation from LAPD that this scene on the 4100 block of Coldstream Terrace in Tarzana is related to the scene in Encino, but it surely appears that way, although I just got done with a neighbor who says that he hopes that is not the case at all. From Skyfox, a pop-up tent covers the remains of a woman wrapped in plastic. Detectives say they found only the torso, clad in a bra, and what was left of her pants after her legs were cut off.
This was at around 6 a.m.
What the
A
fuck?
homeless man was rifling through a dumpster in Encino. That's the next neighborhood from Tarzana. As this fella was digging through the dumpster, he noticed one black bag that was close to the top of the dumpster. And it was weirdly shaped. It was like one big piece, long and flat. He noticed the flies buzzing, the smell of meat. Prying open the bag, he saw that sickly white color of blood-drained skin. It was then he realized, well, in there,
Very descriptive, Mike. I like it.
he found a human torso. Police soon arrived and cordoned off the area. This was, curiously, on the same block as...
Here's my question. How often do homeless people find body parts? I mean, I know this is just a weird ass random question, but you know, you figure people kill people. You always hear about, oh, somebody was murdered in the news, like you do. And it's like, oh, there was, you know, murdered, hacked up, put in like 50 billion different garbage cans. How many homeless people out there have came across body parts and are just like, fuck that. I ain't dealing with that. Not today, Satan, and just walks away. I'd like to know. If anyone knows, let me know. Comments below.
to where Sam Haskell's office was. Now there was a darker side to Sam Haskell. Now I know you're saying shockingly, he seems so well adjusted. He loved weapons, especially swords, katanas, daggers. Allegedly, he had quite a few in his house, along with crossbows and other instruments of death.
See, I whenever I see people just staring at their camera walking down the road, I just wish I was magical for 5 seconds so I could just create a pothole in front of them and watch them fall. I don't know why. I cannot stand that. It's like, bro, there's a world going on around you. Get off the fucking phone.
The neighbors wouldn't even let their kids play in the Haskell home. They were afraid of the swords he had. May apparently hated them. But there were also reports about Sam going back years, all the way to his college days. When this came out, there was a lot of people talking online. There's even a Reddit /Sam Haskell, and people began sharing their experiences of meeting Sam and knowing what it was like in college and in school, and none of it's good. Now this, again, it's just randomers writing online. Could be, you don't know if this is true or not, so just, be aware. Pinch of salt. I went to middle school and high school with him in Calabasas. In 7th grade, when I first met him, he was already a pathological liar with a blinking tick. He was always touching his privates over his pants in class and never got in trouble because his parents were mega donors to the school until he was kicked out for raping another student in junior year. We all knew he was bad news. When he was 18, he did a lot of cocaine and marijuana. I never asked my friends if they were on prescription medications, but he was a little off. His parents could have been loading him up on meds as a kid, or maybe he needed meds and he never got them, I don't know. He would snap on people sometimes when working with them and just cut off relationships with a "go fuck yourself." He also lied and made up a lot of stories. He also had run-ins with the law. In 2008, he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Wonder if it was a sword. And he got 3 years probation. Sam Haskell was an interesting guy who still not a lot is really known about him. So who he was, behind the lens? There's a lot of question marks there, though some insight was gained after the investigation began.
Oh God, this is where we get to hear the dirty.
The same day the torso was found in the trash, Sam Haskell was arrested and charged with murder.
Good.
California murder mystery. The son of a veteran Hollywood exec whose wife and in-laws are missing is now under arrest after a grim discovery.
Samuel Haskell is behind bars as the search intensifies for his wife and in-laws.
This morning, new developments in a murder mystery rocking Los Angeles involving a former prominent Hollywood agent's son. Law enforcement officials say they're currently looking for Haskell's wife, Mei Li, and her parents, who live with them and their 3 young children. And while it's unclear how long Haskell's wife and her parents have been missing, police say they responded to a call to the family home last Tuesday after reports of possible human remains in a plastic bag.
When the officers responded, nothing was located. There was no evidence that allowed the officers to make entry into the home. The bags that were described were no longer outside.
The following morning, police responding to another call about
Mei Li Haskell and her mother, Yang Zheng Wang, and stepfather, Gao Shanli, were last seen on November 6th. The last time Mei was seen was by a neighbor, and she said she saw Mei getting into her car, but she seemed sad, she seemed upset, she wasn't her usual, happy-go-lucky self. The next day, November 7th, that same neighbor, their husband would say they noticed a smell outside. A smell like dead, rotting meat, rotting flesh. But they just thought it was like an animal had died somewhere. That same day,
It's Tarzan.
Sam Haskell called over some day labor.
It's Tarzan, man. There's jungles. There's things everywhere. You got little monkeys. You got elephants. I've seen Tarzan. There's probably tigers and lions too.
To come help him out with some stuff he had in the house. See, these day laborers came over to the Haskell home, and Sam took him into the garage. He said, "Here, listen, check it out." He had 3 large garbage bags that he wanted removed. He said, "There's 500 big ones in it for you." Sam said the bags he was asking them to get rid of were full of rocks, which is like, what? The workers immediately picked up the bags and could tell they were not rocks. The bags were soft and they were heavy. Sam then changed his story and said, "Oh no, it's actually filled with Halloween decorations." Halloween, remember, was just like a week before all of this. So the laborers got the bags, put them in the truck. They drove, and after driving for about a block, they were like, "This is weird. This is really, really weird. Should we check it? We should check the bags. Do you want to check the bags? Let's check the bags." They opened one of the bags. They had a goo, and what they saw was human body parts. They did not look like fake Halloween body parts. They did not smell like fake Halloween body parts. They immediately went back to the Haskell home. They got the bags out and gave him his money back and said, "Hey, no, we're good, thanks." The laborers then went to 2 separate police stations to report this, but were turned away for some reason until they got to the Topongo station and the police took them seriously. However, by the time the cops got to the Haskells, there was no sign of Sam or the 3 bags. It was the next day a homeless man found one of the bags.
Did they not believe him because they was day laborers? They was just like, that's shitty. Anybody can find dead people, bro. It don't matter who you are.
Just around the corner from Sam's office and called the cops. The torso found in the bag was quickly identified as Mei Li's from 8 to 2. And CCTV showed a man struggling to lift the bag into the dumpster. The vehicle seen in this CCTV matched Sam Haskell's white Tesla. This footage was taken less than an hour after the day laborers dropped the 3 bags back off at Sam Haskell's home. Though it's interesting that he took enough care to dump the body part bags in separate areas, yet his plan A was to just call some day laborers to go and handle it and get rid of it and presume they wouldn't notice anything weird about these bags at all. It's almost like he thought, "Oh, I guess I should try and hide my horrible crime after all."
Fucking little.
Sam Haskell was quickly arrested
Motherfucker.
while he was walking at the mall, and the police, going into his home, found blood and more body parts. And the bags, the 2 other ones that the laborers said were there, have not been found. To date, nobody knows where they are. It's believed the parents are in those other bags. So, what the hell happened? Did Sam murder his wife and then parents out of nowhere? Well, it hasn't gone to trial yet, so we don't know if he did. But, get this, friends would come forward and say Mei wanted a divorce, had for years. She was sick of him, sick of his TikToks, his bullshit. She was paying for everything, and she wanted out, but she was afraid to. Sam Haskell's dad, Sam Sr., very powerful, wealthy. The family was very wealthy, very powerful in town. Mei was worried that if she did file for divorce, she would lose the custody battle and she would lose her kids. So she was staying. She said she felt trapped. She also would say Sam was physically abusive. He didn't get on with her parents. Maybe he snapped too. A friend would say that they met Sam a week before this, and they said, like in a restaurant, they said Sam was acting weird. Weirder than usual. And he was like super paranoid. He wouldn't talk to them. He was like waving them away. He was like hiding in the corner.
Good morning again, Your Honor. It's Joseph Weimer's appearing on behalf of Mr. Haskell for this present testimony.
Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman, repeat, Your Honor.
Samuel Haskell was charged with 3 counts of murder. He has not yet entered a plea. Their 3 children are now in the custody of the Department of Child and Family Services and will most likely end up with family. As I said, the remains of Mei Li's mother and stepfather have not been found, and as this happened over a month ago, the likelihood of them being found gets slimmer every single day.
Yep.
Los Angeles makes a shitload of shite to get rid of. Sam Haskell allegedly, spread the bags out in different dumpsters, and it was pure luck that Mei Li was found in the first place. Going into the home, they found more body parts, but, well, a human being can have a lot of body parts. Sam Haskell is currently in jail without bond, probably because his family is so wealthy they could fairly easily bail him out, and he'd be gone like a flash.
Very well, Mr. Haskell, you remain held with no bail. Anything else for your records, counsel? No, thank you. Thank you.
By the way, I hear you barking, big dog. Don't know if the shirtless thing in court is intentional or not, but I mean, come on. Would not put it past them.
I was wondering myself, why is he just standing back there with no shirt on, man? Like, even like when you're in jail and you go up and see the judge, you at least got like your oranges on or something, homie. Why you just up there like half naked?
So, allegedly, he...
You not that pretty, bruh.
Butchered...
You fake ass Fabio looking motherfucker.
3 people in his own house, perhaps with the swords and knives he loved so much. He then erased May's entire social media profile and hired day laborers to get rid of the body. Day laborers who, if they hadn't brought them back to the Haskell home and said they had kept those bags and called the police, maybe they would find the parents, but they still haven't found them to this day anyway. It's an odd story, pretty gruesome and strange. That is it to date, though I think when more information comes out, this story won't get any less strange. That's for sure. I kind of hope he didn't do... I mean, it's obviously all allegedly, so I kind of hope he didn't do anything, because I really do want to see the full version of Harvard Law.
What kind of bitch do you think I am? Do I look like I listen to Taylor Swift?
Yeah, shopping for your daughter's like the hardest job in the world.
Oh well, his TikToks will have to do.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Hey, shouts out
to your jail homies.
That was good,
Thank
Mike.
you so much for watching. You know it absolutely means the world to me that you're here watching the old That Chapter videos. Also, huge thank you to everybody who's bought the limited edition That Chapter shirts. I was blown away by how they're going. They're going like fire. It's amazing. So thank you to everybody.
Are they selling like hotcakes?
Who got one?
I love hotcakes.
When you get them, please send me your pictures and stuff. I'd be so happy to see them. And if you...
Man, I agree with you. Like, I feel the same way. If any of you out there buy my merch and in any way, shape, or form, send me a picture, bro. Seriously. If you feel comfortable with it. I would love to. I'll even put it on the channel.
Still want to get them? The link is here to the store, or you can find it down in the description. They're limited edition, so once they're gone, so get them before they're that. So that wraps it up. Oh, also check out the That Chapter podcast.
Alright. I really enjoyed today's video. I'm excited to see how that story plays out. Like, I really want an update video, Mike. I mean, get on it, bud. Well, I mean, you can't... You know what I mean, okay? Like, whenever it can be get to. Yeah. I really enjoyed today's video. If y'all enjoyed today's video as much as I did, please go down there, hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And while you're down there, if you want, only if you want, go on over and hit that subscribe button. You don't have to. I'd appreciate it. The whole world would really appreciate it, because then, you know, the more subscribers, the more likes, the more I get to be put out there, and the more people who get to see this beautiful face. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Nah, I fucked up that whole outro, didn't I? And if you really want... oh, ding that bell. It'll let you know when my premieres happen. Either it will or it won't. I don't know. You don't have to ding it. It might not even do shit even if you ding it. But if it does, if you ding it and it says, hey, Bill 5000 premieres popping on, you might want to watch it. Jump on there and let me know in the live chat right next to it. I'd really appreciate it. And if you really want to help support the channel, the link's in the description. Go check out the store. Got some amazing merch. Amazing merch. And you can't tell me otherwise unless you go check it out for yourself. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. We did it! I got through it! Holy shit balls, Batman!